so interesting to notice that the issues that we struggle with as adults, that sometimes we look at as some kind of character flaw or weakness or defect or damage brain, actually are rooted in these unmet developmental needs. And I'm currently working with a young adult who, her roommate went out of town, and she really basically showed up with separation anxiety. And she said, this is my roommate, I I should be able to be alone at my age. I should be able to spend the night in my home alone with Ed. But she literally was having almost that infant response when mom leaves the room. She couldn't stop crying. She couldn't regulate. She felt abandoned. She felt afraid. She didn't want to be alone. She had to call a friend to come spend the night with her. And to be able to normalize that is, you're not being a quote a baby in the negative sense, but your baby was triggered, your infant self. And this is a client with a history of abuse and neglect and extremely codependent, unwell mother, basically, who the mom didn't feel safe to let the child go. And so, of course, she grew up believing it was not safe to be apart from her mother. And she literally moved to another state to try to break that enmeshment and codependent cycle. But it was really helpful to be able to talk to her about this in a non-shaming, non-blaming way, that this is a nervous system reaction. This is a younger part that's protesting, don't leave me. I can't function on my own, because we're born as infants knowing to be left alone equals death. We cannot care for ourselves. Human infants are among the most helpless of any mammal on the planet. We can't get up and run within hours of birth like our baby horses do, like our foals do. So our nervous system knows we have to get people to take care of us in order to survive, and we will do that in whatever way we need to. So I think this idea of regression can be so valuable to work with people in a non-shaming, non-blaming kind of way, and really normalize that if their developmental needs weren't met early on, these unmet needs are going to show up in really specific ways in adulthood that are not your fault and that can be healed. But we have to go back and meet those needs. We have to essentially reparent that younger.